Good afternoon, everybody. This is going to be a short video on how to create a basic Google Sheets and a couple of kind of wee tips and tricks on how to use it as well. So you want to go ahead and firstly create your document by coming up to New and then come to Google Sheets. You see it opens up in a new tab. No need to download any additional software or anything like that. Google's very clever in the way that it's designed this, and it just opens things up in a new tab for you. Google Sheets is the equivalent of a Microsoft Excel document. You'll see that they look very similar. This one's got the grid format on it. Very similar. A couple of different features, very many similar features as well. And I'm going to show you a couple of them just now. So the first thing you want to do is title your sheet. We're going to call that test, and as always, as soon as I've stopped typing, it saves. All changes saved in Drive. Just check. Yeah, there it is, so it's saved into my drive already. I don't need to worry about losing any work. I've given it a name, which is the most important thing. And you'll see that the icon for this particular one is a kind of green square with a wee table inside it. Okay, so let's just talk through a couple of different features. Obviously you've got your columns lettered across the top, and you've got your rows numbered down the side, the same as you would in Microsoft Excel. So click on a cell, and you might want to put in there, that might be the first name, that might be the surname, and I'm just tabbing along here, and they might have got a particular score for test 1, test 2 and test 3. So I'm creating a basic kind of table here. I could put in John Smith, I could put in Jack Smith, and I could put in Janice Smith. Alright, so you can go ahead and just create your table. This might be your class with different headers and different things. So I'm going to say they got 5, and they get 6, and they get 7 for that. This person only got 2, 3, and 4. This person got 5, 1, and 6. Okay, so lots of different numbers. Doesn't look too neat just now as well. So again, the first thing you might want to do is you might want to neaten things up. So click on the first cell and drag it. You'll see it highlights in a slight blue and drop there. So it's highlighted in that slight blue, and you might want to make everything the same font. So by doing this, if I just come down, let's choose Arial. It's now all Arial font. I might want to make it all size 12. I might want to make it centered. Okay, so coming along to here, and I want it to be in the center of the cell. So straight away, everything looks a bit neater. I'm going to put in another little one here. I'm going to put in overall. Okay, so you can see that as I've typed here, then that looks different to this one. Now, I want to make everything look exactly the same, so I'm going to go ahead and click on one that I like, something that I want the other stuff to look like. Format Paint, click on that, and then I'm going to click on this one. And you can see it changes. Every format that's been done for that cell has now been put in that cell as well. Okay, now I could sit and I could count these up, but if I've got a class of 30, then that might take me a little while. So I want to use a formula, and one of the kind of basic formulas to use would be an equals sum. Okay, and you can see that automatically as soon as I've started typing that sum in, it's giving me a suggested one that I could use straight away, and it's highlighted the suggested in the orange dotted line, and that's exactly what I want it to do. And this is one of the good features of Google Sheets. It kind of preempts, and you don't need to know all the formulas. It kind of helps you out a little bit with that. So equal sum means add up, basically. So equal sum C2, which is column C, cell 2, which would be the 5. The colon means everything up until, and then E2 is the last one. So column E, there's 2. So it's going to add up C2, D2, and E2, everything within that range. And you'll see it's put in brackets as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and then I'm going to press enter, and you can see it provides me with 18, which is the correct answer. Now I could do the same thing again, type in the equal sum into this cell, and then the same all the way down. But a really clever little part here is you'll see that in the corner there's a wee extra square, and when I put my mouse over it, it changes to a wee plus icon. This is called replicate, and basically what it'll do is if I pull this down, it will replicate the same formula. So click, drag, let go. Okay, and because I've pulled it down, you see that it's changed from the C2 and E2 to C3 and E3. If I come down one more, C4 and E4, it's just took the same sort of basic formula and pulled it down a little bit more. Again, that text looks just a little bit different, so I want to format and paint that just so that it looks exactly the same. And finally, kind of thing I want to do is I want to put it into a table. So highlight everything and come up to here, and it allows me to put some borders and things round about. So if I put borders there, it makes it into a nice kind of neat table for them. Alright. Other things that you could do is you might want to put a filter on it. So you might want to decide who got the highest score overall, or what was the rank order of the class. So in order to do that, you need to highlight all the top columns of any information you've got. If you miss one out, it won't change that column of data. So if I was to only put a filter on this one, for example, I only want to find out who got the highest score. Create a filter, okay, and put it there. Google automatically detects that you need to put a filter in all the columns. If I was only to put a filter in one column, it would only actually filter this data here. It would change this. It wouldn't change anything else, so the data then would be mislinked to the person's name. So Google's really clever, and it puts a filter in everything. So now you can see if I want to filter from A to Z, which would be the smallest to highest number, just the way it works, it changes the names, everybody's test score sticks with the same name. If I wanted to go top heavy, just go from Z to A. Again, you can see that everything changes, and I can see who's got the highest score. I might want to do it for test 1 or test 2, for example. Right, so if I click there, highest score, and it allows me to filter the data really easy. Alright, again, changing colours of things is quite easy as well. You can change the text colour if you so wished, and things like that as well. Okay, doke. Hope that's been helpful.